Welcome back. Today we are going to be reacting to my old current favorites in action videos. I'm going to be watching through both of those in two different parts. I'm going to break it up again. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be reacting to how I used to do my makeup, what I used to use, telling you like brief thoughts on the products I used to use, and show you what I use now and how I do my makeup now. So if you want to see that, please keep on watching. All right, so I've got it queued up where I start with the products, and we're just gonna jump right in. Oh God, I used to be so loud. First, I used to use Too Faced Hangover RX. I still use it. I love it. If you have dry skin and need something that's hydrating but also going to prime the skin, this is great. So I just take like 2 pumps of that and literally just get it in my hands, start in the center of my face. The other product I was talking about was Benefit's Professional Matte Rescue Gel. I don't even know if they make that anymore. I don't know who I thought I was using that. That's not for my skin. I have dry skin. If you have dry skin and you are looking for a pore filling kind of primer, the Makeup Revolution Blur Stick. It's not super expensive. It's not mattifying. It's actually very comfortable on my skin. I just take this and pat it where I have what I feel are visible pores. We're back, we're primed, queued up for the next part. Here we go.
Been loving this next product. This is the MAC Lightful C.
Ooh, Lightful C.
With Radiance Booster.
One note on the MAC Lightful C tinted moisturizer that they have. They've reformulated it. It's not the same. It's not as good. It just doesn't mesh with my skin like it used to. Place, I'm going to be using the Morphe 2 Hint Skin Tint. But anyway, so while I'm applying this, we'll go ahead and I will keep watching. I used a brush, but I'm using a Juno & Co sponge to apply this. That is true. It does have a lot of vitamin C in it. Foundation. Oh God, I forgot. So what I'm doing now is putting foundation on top of that tinted moisturizer, which is nowhere near what I would do now. Like 4 years ago, I thought my skin was awful, and so I wanted to cover it all. And then I'm going in with the MAC Matchmaster foundation on top of it, which I still have somewhere. It's not over here, but I still like that foundation. I still wear that foundation, but I didn't need to be putting it on top of a tinted moisturizer. I am using the MAC 170 brush, which I still have. Just a slanted, dense, buffing kabuki style brush. It's a really good brush. Okay, so I am doing cream bronzer, but we're gonna keep watching because I normally would do concealer first before I do cream bronzer, but I am gonna do cream bronzer again today because I'm back into that. I'm using the IT Cosmetics CC Plus bronzer. I don't think they make this product anymore. It went bad before I could use it all. It really worked really well for my skin. I still can't wear it all over my face because IT Cosmetics CC cream does break me out. I don't know why. I don't have sensitive skin. I guess it just is congesting to my skin. I'm color correcting. Okay, so I color correct now, but I don't color correct every day. Like, I'm just at home today, not doing anything. I'm not gonna color correct. I'm just gonna put concealer on, but I normally color correct now before I have my foundation on. I did love this product. It was the YSL Touche Éclat color correctors. I used to use it in the lavender to brighten under my eyes. I don't anymore. When I color correct, I use the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector in shade 1, which is amazing. God, and I'm using a lot too.
It's a very light lavender,
it's like white on my skin. That's true. Around my eyes is green. Okay, we're on to concealer. Hang on, what am I doing?
Then for my concealer today, I am
Maybelline Superstay Better Skin and MAC Mineralize Concealer in NC15. A little bit too yellow. That's because you were putting that crazy ass color corrector under your eyes. I do still have the MAC Mineralize Concealer, so we're gonna use that. This is still one of my all-time favorite concealers. If you're looking for a lightweight concealer that is hydrating, that is more inexpensive, the Flower Beauty, hold please, what is this called? Light Illusion Concealer is similar to this. Back with my sponge and blend this out while I continue watching.
up under my eyes.
Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and cream bronze, and I'm gonna use this Milk Makeup stick. I'm gonna take a little break because I now have a grumpy guest walking around my bedroom. She woke up from her nap. Now she's walking around watching Bubble Guppies. This is broken. This is why I keep doing this number. So now I've got all my cream bronzer on, and I'm gonna use this Morphe M536 to blend this out. I'm just gonna tap it out. I do like this Milk Makeup bronzer, but a lot of times I can't wear it over more fuller coverage foundations because it removes a lot of the coverage where I apply it. But for days like today where I'm wearing like a skin tint, it's fine. Hi, baby. Lip. Probably the only difference is I do a little bit on my top lip. Makes it look a little bit fuller up there. Still doing concealer in my old video, by the way. Laura Mercier translucent powder. Still a great product. I don't own that one currently. Have the Charlotte Tilbury powder, which I'm going to use here in a minute. Okay, so while I'm in this clip, I'm setting my face, but I'm going to go ahead and contour using this Kiko Sculpting Touch cream stick. I like to take this just right on the brush and hit here. I'm using MAC Studio Fix powder to set base. I used the Laura Mercier under my eyes. I'm using Studio Fix all over my face, which is, after working for MAC for a long time, not something I would recommend doing. Not at all. Studio Fix powder is a powder foundation, so it's not something I would recommend setting your foundation with because it has coverage. But again, 4 years ago, I thought my skin was awful. So I wanted as much coverage as I could get. Now in the video I'm contouring, which I already did because, but anyway. So I'm using Bone Beige to contour. No, what am I doing? Okay, so I still do this. I'm using Emphasize, which I still use. I don't brighten up under my eyes when I do my makeup for every day anymore. I do a little bit, but not with Emphasize. Emphasize is more like really bright. It's white. It's got some shimmer through it. Oh my god, I'm doing bronzer again. When do I put blush on? I'm using Golden Rinse from MAC, which was a limited edition bronzer. I used it up. I don't have it anymore. I completely used it up. I loved that bronzer. So I did cream bronzer, and then I did powder bronzer. It's probably because I set my face with MAC Studio Fix powder, so you couldn't see that I did cream bronzer. I still use Sculpt powder though, That's what I still use to contour. That's my favorite. I use that. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was so dark. I used to use Shadester. How many different products am I using to contour my face? I don't have time for all of this anymore. Like, this is a lot. I'm confused. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm using Shadester from MAC, using a brush probably denser than this, about this size, to like draw a line, like here and here. Going in with this brush on with Bone Beige on it and buffing it out. So I'm using two different contour shades, one that's incredibly too dark for me. Natural. Okay, so now I'm going with a cream color base on my sponge. Okay, I remember doing this. I used to put down a cream color base and then a powder highlight on top of it because I thought that was better. Wow, like I haven't even been doing my makeup. I've just been sitting here waiting for myself to put on blush in this video for like the last 15 minutes. I'm not even kidding. Oh my god, can we fast forward? Okay, so now I'm using Becca Pearl. I ended up hating this highlight because even with laying that cream color base down, I felt like it disappeared off my face. I think it was just this highlight in particular. Now I'm finally putting on blush and I'm talking. Anyway, so now we're moving on to blush. And I'm using a Too Faced Love Flush blush in Love Hangover, which I remember really liking that blush. But today I'm going to be using the ColourPop blush stick in Cool It. This is a cream, obviously. Wow, I'm really going in with that blush. I remember loving this blush.
This is really light, but I love it for blending out blushes.
Exactly. I would use it to blend out other blushes that were too harsh or if I had put too much blush on. I would put on a dark blush, something that was probably too dark for my face, and I would use this light purple blush. Like it was like a lilac color that with all of the makeup I had on didn't show up on my face. It was really pretty. So I set my face ages ago in this other video and I haven't even gotten that far. So now that I've got my blush on and then I go in and I set my face, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder in shade 1. This has quickly become my #1 favorite blush powder because it sets my makeup really well but doesn't take away any of the radiance from my skin. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with highlighter because I do things in a completely different order these days, and I'm gonna use this e.l.f. Bite Size Duo here. This is in Cantaloupe. Yes, Cantaloupe. I really like this highlight, and I'm gonna use a MAC 137 brush. I'm just gonna... I really just kind of apply it everywhere. I really like a glowy highlighted skin. So now this is where I would go in and brighten. I have been lately using the Kaja Joystick brightening powder. This is in the shade Power Up Pink. And then I just kind of take where I want to brighten or set a little bit more because I like to be more matte, like right by my nose. So the only place I like to be matte. I'm not gonna be brightening up my face really any more than that. I'll use different products, but that's about it. So that concludes part 1. This is the base. This is how I do it now. And this video could probably be just me being like this at a screen. Anyway, Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in part 2.